You order a slide, dude, and it takes you more than a month to receive it. That's bad. And it takes you more than 2 months to receive it. Why did you pay them money?
Right. I agree with you 100%.
You're not building a fucking 1960 Ferrari, dude. Like, you're building I've seen slide blanks. I'm at Gunco all the time, dude. Like, sorry, dude, 3 months, very unacceptable.
Yeah, well, it's when you start seeing, the thing that really bothers me is when you find out it's going to take that long after you've made the purchase.
It's after you made the purchase.
Yeah, after you make the purchase, like, oh, and by the way, you know, everything's at least a 6 to 8 week lead time. What the fuck? Like, I wouldn't have just given you $800. Yeah, you know, like I would have spent my time probably looking because it's not doing me any good. Like that. Yeah. Again, I think that's poor business and it's poor planning, and you haven't done a good job doing the things up front to make your buyer informed about what they're getting themselves into, which I think is a major red flag. And there's a major company out there that I bought several things from because I thought, you know, and I still think the quality is not terrible. I think it's pretty good. But I will not order anything from them anymore because of their inconsistency in fulfillment and their poor communication on it. I've done a couple of things. I'll tell you what the first thing was, this is going to be, you know, everything's a 2 to 3 week lead time and it's taken 6 weeks. Okay. Granted, now this is like 2020 or just coming in on 2021, people were struggling, right? You know, they don't have enough employees to fulfill things and do things. I mean, I'm a business owner. I was really struggling then too. So I was like, small business. We're all trying to get through this thing. It's a couple of weeks. I'll deal with it. The final straw was when I ordered with a couple things later, when they said, okay, now lead time is 4 to 6 weeks. And at this point I was like, okay, well, I'm getting that because a lot of people were having trouble fulfilling things. So that's fine. But when the 8 week time period came and I was sending emails going, hey, can I get an update on the status of this thing? And nothing came back. And then on like week 10, we've gone ahead and refunded your money because we can't fulfill the order. Now I'm like, that's enough. Like, you've just been sitting on my money. You knew 8 weeks ago you weren't going to be able to fulfill that order. And even still, like, I sent you emails trying to follow up and I couldn't get anything. You just kept doing the whole thing. Like when you put your tracking number, or your order number in, they kept just kind of, it's a shell game. They're changing things around. Anyway, again, like, there's probably a lot of factors there, but it's your responsibility as the business to communicate with the customer that's giving you the money for this. And when they're not doing that, I think what you're seeing there is a lot of times, and again, there are always factors, but I think those red flags will clue you in to a not well-balanced or well-run business. And I think, and this is my point, and I'll shut up about this. I think what COVID and the shutdowns of businesses and what it did was, if you were running a business that was sitting on not so solid ground anyway, what it did was it fucking exposed you. Like, there are good businesses that went out of business for reasons way beyond their control. But I think if you were running a messy business, whether it be from the customer service side, the product manufacturing side, distribution side, management side, whatever, all of those things, if you didn't have your shit together, you lost your business or you were damaged beyond what can be repaired. And I think what that did in this case for that particular company that I was getting these parts from was it just exposed, like, yeah, you're not as good a company as you're putting out there. And this was the final straw kind of that broke the camel's back. It would have happened sooner or later with all the innovation and all the new companies coming on board. Yeah, you just got exposed. Anyhow, I'll get off my soapbox there. So I think when the pressure gets put on, you know, you start to see the reality of, again, that savviness, that the people's ability to really operate and run their business. So, and I think that's what we're kind of seeing now with people that have been able to slide in some cases to the industry because it is so wide open and the pie is so large. They're getting in maybe a little deep, a little bit big for the britches, and at the expense of the consumer.